Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. My name is Katya, welcome to Russia, welcome to my hometown. Today I've decided to tell you what it is like to live in a Soviet town somewhere deep in Russia, what we feel when we see here the red flag of the Soviet Union, what attitude we have to our Soviet past and the Soviet symbolic in our everyday life. So if you are interested in this topic and in the influence of our Soviet past on our everyday life nowadays, let's go for a walk in my Soviet hometown and let's speak about it. It is almost evening, not evening. The birds are making so much noise there. Not evening, but it's afternoon. How is this time of the day called? I do not know. I came here with Grigory. Grigory is sitting, he's going to sleep. Came here to the yard of the legendary Pavlov's house. It is there. It is in front of the Panorama Museum, and Nina's art school is situated here in Russian is подъезд. In that подъезd. I always come here because here I can recycle garbage. These are the bins for ordinary garbage, and these bins are for recycled garbage. You can see that only for plastic and paper, and I've already thrown everything because I remember that some time ago when I showed you my grocery haul, someone asked me about recycling in Russia, and it's a very important topic, I think. One of my biggest pains actually, because it's very hard to recycle garbage here, and we do not have such garbage bins in our yard. That is why I always come here and I bring these huge bags of garbage and I keep it at home. I'm used to trying to recycle everything that I can. Not the most proper way actually, because you can see that I can divide it only into plastic and paper, and in some other places I can bring glass and batteries. I always keep all the batteries at home and then I bring them to that place where I can recycle them, or what is done with the batteries. It's a big problem for me actually. And now we are going to go to the park with Grigory. We are walking here with Grigory. We are going to the embankment. This is my favorite Panorama Museum. This is the way to embankment, and this is one of my favorite streets of my hometown, one of the most beautiful ones. This is the Soviet street, Sovetskaya. It is really beautiful, and it leads to my kids' school. I love these funny creatures. Who are they? So funny. And near these funny creatures you can see a poster with Родимцев Alexander Ilyich, one of the famous heroes of the Soviet Union. Everything looks really Soviet here. And you can see this, another Soviet symbol, very famous one, Serp и Molot, and some information about the museum, about the history of the town. Very, very beautiful. Maybe I can be called a real vatnik or something like this, but I really love all this. I love all these Soviet symbols, the Soviet symbolic, I love the history, and I respect all this. I was taught to respect this, to respect our history, no matter how good or bad it was, because of course in some ways it was not so good, but in some other ways it was good. And anyway, it is the history of my family, the history of the elder generation. There are so many tourists here, by the way, and every day I see more and more tourists. Maybe it is a good impact on our tourism, because nowadays people can't go anywhere abroad and so on. Oh, Grigory is already ready. He's sleeping. Poor tired young man. Not a Soviet baby, a very post-Soviet baby, because I was a post-Soviet kid. I was born in 1988, and in several years the Soviet Union collapsed. It is an amazing Sunday, and you can see so many people walking here in the park, as always with families, some local people, some tourists. And I wanted to show you one interesting thing. In front of the panorama, here in front of the main museum of my hometown, in the very center of my hometown, you can see three flags. The first one is the flag of the Volga region, that one red with two blue stripes and with the statue of the motherland calls. The second one is the flag of Russia, and the third one is the Soviet red flag. There is another beautiful exhibition here about the Great Patriotic War, the Stalingrad battle as always, some birch trees, and of course it's not surprising that here you can see the Soviet flag, even though we're not communists now, and I do not know any communists, frankly speaking, but we all respect this flag. And at least for the people of my generation, there is absolutely nothing surprising to see this flag in the streets, everywhere, to see the Soviet symbolic. We are not communists at all. I do not even know any communists here. But we know that this is the flag of the victory. It is the flag of that great epoch. It is the flag of our great-parents and great-grandparents. And we, people of my generation at least, we were taught to respect the people of that period of time, of that epoch. Because we all just know that they fought for our future and that they give us the possibility to be born here and to be raised here. And as for me, I was raised with deep respect to that people, to that flag and to that period of time. I was taught to respect my great-grandparents and my grandparents, and to respect everything that happened to them in the past, and to respect everything that they did for me and for the whole world. And I really do, I respect it. And some time ago, when I saw that video with the babushka, with her red flag, the Soviet flag, and everything that happened to her in Ukraine with that soldiers, it was very heartbreaking for me. No matter what is happening, you just can't do this. You can't treat a person like this, especially such a nice old person. I think it's very disrespectful, and such things help the Russian propaganda work. That's true, because when Russians see such things, even Russians of my generation, I know that maybe it is hard for people who live somewhere far from such towns, just like my Stalingrad. Maybe it is hard for them to understand the importance of such things, but it is not hard for me. I know these people, these elderly people, such ones. I know their attitude. You know, that Soviet idea, that Soviet atmosphere, it was more than religion for them. And I realize how they feel, what they feel, and how hard it is for them to see such things happening. And I think it's bad. Anyway, their behavior of that young man, it was horrible, absolutely bad. And I do not know what they thought uploading that video. Maybe it was not their wish to upload that video, but there is absolutely no one, I think, here, at least in Volgograd, no one who can support them. But a lot of people who can support that lovely elderly lady. And she has already become the symbol of modern Russia, I should say. And there are so many arts with her, and on that art she has a shadow of the motherland calls, and everyone admires her strong spirit. She has no fear. She wants to protect her ideas and the respect towards her past and towards her parents. Two symbols of the Russian Spring, of the Volgograd Spring. A lot of cars with loud music. And the second symbol, of course, is the tulip. These are the tulips. They are not in bloom yet, and I can see some other tulips there. They are already in bloom. Let's have a look at them. We are, by the way, at the Lenin Square. This is Lenin. Lenin under this gray clouds, but the weather is fantastic, just like in summer. And these are the tulips. Love them so much. One of my favorite flowers. Several flowers that are really the symbols of Volgograd are tulips, such red ones. The yellow, if I'm not mistaken, also tulips that you saw in the previous, not in the previous vlog, but yesterday. And dandelions. Do I pronounce this word correctly? I always forget how to pronounce it. Such yellow, tiny flowers. So beautiful. Love them so much. Oh, and of course lilacs. But lilacs are trees, not such flowers that grow on the ground. These are really the symbols of Volgograd, and Lenin is trying to show us where to go. He's showing right the way to my home. Trolley buses. By the way, I read some news that the Volgograd region bought many new trolley buses. We have so many trolley buses, so much electro transport. We are trying to be eco-friendly. We do not recycle garbage, but still we are trying to be eco-friendly. And this Lenin Square and this Lenin Monument is one of the places where the local teenagers like to spend their time, the local skater boys. Some of the culture of the past and some pieces of the modern culture. Another symbol of the Volgograd spring are these painted trees. In some previous videos, previous years, I showed you how I painted these trees in Nina's kindergarten, and now these trees are going to be painted again. It is done every spring. You can see that this is the paint from the previous year, I suppose, but in some parts of the city the trees are already being painted. When I was a kid, this was the car of my dream, a car. The streets are being cleaned. Do you see that car, that orange? I do not know why it is orange, the ladybug car. It is cleaning the streets. It should be red, but it is orange. Maybe because all such city cars working here, they are orange. It is their official color. That is why it was also made orange, even though it should be red. But still, it looks so funny, and it is cleaning the streets now. Oh, this is one more symbol of the Volgograd spring. These cars painting the marks on the roads. Do you see these marks? They have completely disappeared during this winter, just like always. And now these cars are painting the new one on the same place. Do you hear another guy listening to music in his Lada car with his windows open, and the whole street is listening to his music? And the people in that cars painting the signs on the road, they looked at me in a very suspicious way. What is she doing? Why is she filming? Maybe she's a blogger, urbanist, or how are these people called? You know, who criticize everything around us in big cities and small towns. And there are already so many beautiful green leaves and so many trees in bloom. Everything looks so beautiful. Even in the Soviet yards, they have their own atmosphere, I can say. I like them too because they remind me of my childhood. Such a weird parking zone actually created by the people who live in this. You can hear another car again. I mean, it was created by the people who live here in these apartment blocks, 5-storied Soviet apartment blocks. And have a look at this kindergarten. It's so interesting. It's a private one actually, and it was also built here in the Soviet times. The atmosphere of the Soviet yards. And I think that it was all for today. Thank you very much for watching. See you next weekend. See you in Frolova. Thank you very much for watching, my dearest friends. and bye bye.